Okay, I may start. Okay, basically I may start. Last topic of your unit number third. The topic name is successive differentiation. Uh, Topic name is successive successive differentiation. So what is the meaning of this? Basically, the meaning of this is, if suppose you have given y barabar fx be a function which is which is differentiable differentiable infinite time, then we says the then we say such type of function is successive differentiation. Successive differentiation. Okay, let us suppose I am taking simple example. Suppose you have given y equal to suppose x की power 4 plus 3x की power 3 plus 5x plus 7. Suppose I'm taking a small example here of degree 4. If we differentiate this function with respect to x, then we have to find the value of this 4x cube plus 3 3 is 9 x square plus 5. Again, if we differentiate this function, we have to find again another function, 12x square plus 18x, and again if we differentiate this function, we have to find uh, 24x plus 18, and if again I am differentiate this function, we have to find 24. If again I am differentiate this function fifth time, then we have to find the value of this function is 0. So what we learn here we have to learn, if you have to suppose given any polynomial, this is the polynomial function of degree 4. If we differentiate this function 4 times, then we have to always find a constant term. Always find the constant term, which is the value of 24. So basically, if you have to suppose given such type of function and you have to find the 4 time differentiate of such polynomial function, if here is no constant here, so the value of this is always 4 factorial. So if you find the value of 4 factorial, so here is 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. This is also equal to 24. So such type of problem we have to solve in this uh, topic, successive differentiation. So here it means that if you have given y equal to fx function, so we have to define dy by dx, d square y by dx square, and d cube y by dx cube, and so on. One of the type of symbol is differentiation is these type of, these are the denotation of a derivative term. Also these are the denotation of the derivative term, and also another form how to define derivative term. Sometime we have to write down d by dx equal to capital D, or d by dx square, and here is x square equal to d square. So sometime we have to denote d square, d cube. So here we know that y is dependent variable, so we have taken dy, dy, and d to power ny, and so on. These also are the notation of differentiations for any function which is differentiate infinite time. So these are the successive differentiation. Okay, yes or no? If suppose sometime you have to give a, you have to give one d to power n and y to power n, y to power r. So basically its meaning, this means n time derivative and yr means r time derivative. So how to rewrite down this another notation? So here basically we have to write n plus r into y. So it means that the derivative of this y function n plus r time. So that means d ki power n plus r divided by d x ki power n plus r into y. So you have to remember these such type of notation because we have to use those all notation in our questions. Okay. If suppose you have to given d ki power n y2. Y2 means two time derivative. Y2 means two time derivative. So how, which way we have down this here? So d ki power n plus 2 time derivative, and here we have simply write down y. Y equal to means d ki power n plus 2 and y means fx function. So derivative of this fx function n plus 2 time. So these are the notation. I'm taking another example. Suppose in your question he gives you the such a small example, y equal to e की power 3x and sine 4x. Okay. Okay, and says that find find the second derivative. Okay, so here is directly says that you have to just find the second derivative of this function. If you have to differentiate this function, differentiate, suppose you have to given this is equation number 1, differentiate equation first with respect to x, because x is independent variable. So we have to simply uh, find dy by dx equal to dy dx of e की power 3x into sine 4x. We know that here is two function e की power 3x and sine 4x. This is exponential function and this is trigonometrical function. We know that if two function is a product form, so rule of the product form, when we have to differentiate, simply I'm write down here d by dx of, suppose given fx into gx are two function. So here simply you have to rewrite down here in the form of fx and dy dx of gx, and simply you have to write down gx is here and again differentiate dy dx of fx. If we use this formula here, so what we find, simply we have to find dy by dx equal to e की power 3x and dy dx of sine 4x plus sine 4x and dy dx of e की power 3x. We know that this is the constant here. This is the constant, e की power 3x is constant, and differentiate of sine 4x is always 4 cos 4x plus 4 cos, sorry, here is sine is constant, sine 4x, and differentiate of e की power 3x is 3 e की power 3x. This is your first derivative. And ask in your question, find the second derivative of the given function. So again, we have to differentiate this function. So we have to write down here, again, differentiate the, suppose we have to given, this is your equation number 2, again differentiate equation 2 with respect to x, with respect to x. Miss Shivani, please mute yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, here we have to again differentiate this function with respect to x. So here is dy dx of dy by dx. So here again we have to differentiate this function. So here we have to write down 4 is constant, e की power 3x into cos 4x plus, here is not 4, here is 3 sin 4x and e की power 3x. Okay, this here is mistake. So now again differentiate this function simply. So if we differentiate this function here again, so what we do, because here is two function, again using product rule, also here is two functions, so again here we have to using product rule. So simply we have to find e की power 3x. So we have to taking e की power 3x here, first function e की power 3x, a differentiate of cos 4x, 4 is constant, to minus 4 sin 4x plus 4 cos 4x और e की power 3, 3 e की power 3x. This is the first function differentiation is here. Again differentiate this function. So 3 is constant. So 3 again adding, because here is the addition sign. So 3 sin 4x and 3 e की power 3x plus 3 e की power 3x, and here again 4 cos 4x. So this is your second second derivative of the given function. Again you have to simplify this function. So you have to just you have to find the simplification after arranging these terms. You have to directly get it e की power 3x, because e की power 3x is common. Here is also, here is also, here is also, and here is also. So we have to taking e की power 3x is common outside of the expression, and here is totally 24 cos 4x minus 7 sin 4x. Simply 4 3 is 12, and here also 4 3 is 12. So 24 cos 4x, and similarly here minus 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 16, 3 3 is 9. So minus 16 plus 9 minus 7 sin 4x. This is your differentiation of the given function, this one. So in the question he mentioned that the find the second derivative of the given function, and this is your answer. In the similar process we have to use such standard rules which is directly give you the solution of the given function. The first one is, if you have to given polynomial function, standard formulation, standard formulation. Standard formulation, the first one is, if you have given polynomial function, polynomial function. So polynomial function, suppose that y equal to, you have to given x ki power m type of function, and m type of function. If we differentiate this function, this is first type of function, polynomial type of function of degree m. If we differentiate this function equation first n time, and n is less than m. Here is very important thing. Differentiation of this function is always less than the degree of m. If differentiate is greater than m, then always y ki power n is value 0. Such type of example I am write down here. I have already discussed here. This one, this one. Here, highest derivative of this function is, highest order of this function is 4. If we differentiate 4 times, we get it 24 is answer. But if we again differentiate this function and fifth derivative, so 5 is always greater than 4 degree of this degree of this polynomial function. So in the case is always your answer is 0. Are you got it? Yes or no? What I'm saying that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This topic is very simple. If you are understand and you have to write down in your notebook, you can easily understand those formulations. Okay. Now, so this is our first case. If you have to given suppose polynomial function, and here is I'm mentioning already, derivative of this function is always less than the degree of polynomial function. So in the case, the formulation, if we have to derivative first time, so we have to find m x ki power m minus 1. Again derivative of this function 2 times, so we have time m into m minus 1 into x ki power m minus 2. Again we have to derivate this function, we have to find m minus 1 and x ki power m minus 2 and x ki power m minus 3. In the similar process, if we have differentiate this function y ki power n time, so what is the value of this? m minus 1, m minus 2, and so on, m minus bracket के अंदर n minus 1. This is expression, and x ki power m minus n. So this is your nth time derivative of the given polynomial function. If suppose n equal to m, that is important things. N equal to m. So here is n m equal to n, and this are cancel out here. So basically we have to simply find what we find, y ki power n equal to and rewrite down here. Suppose n equal to m, the degree of polynomial and derivative term are same. So in the case, the values of this expression is can be written as a form of here m minus 1, m minus 2, and so on, uh, m minus m plus 1 and x ki power m minus m. So here we have to simplify m minus 1, m minus 2, and so on. 1, here is 2, suppose here is 3, and last one, this is m same cancel out, and x ki power 0 means 1. So here I write down here this expression y ki power n. Also you have to write down y ki power n equal to this, equal to m factorial. The value of this equal to m factorial. Please rewrite down this. The value of this function equal to m factorial. So here this is your value. And this also can be written in the form of because I have here I have mentioned n equal to m. So if we have write down here n, so here you also write down n factorial. I have already taking example for this case. If suppose y equal to x to the power 4, simple that. If we differentiate two times, first time we have 10 4 x cube, again differentiate, we have to find 12 x square, again differentiate this function, we have time 24 x, and again we have to differentiate this function four times, we have to find 24, and again if differentiate this function fifth time, so we have to find value of this equal to 0, here is 24. So what we find here, you have to simply think, if we have to differentiate the function less than the order of degree of the function, so we have to always find here is one independent variable. So here is 3 is less than 4, so here we always find one cost independent variable x. But if differentiate and degree of polynomial are same, then always we have to find constant value. And if derivative term is more than order or the degree of function, then always we have to find answer 0. These are the three cases for polynomial function. Are you got it? Are you got it? What I am saying that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now our next formulation, I'm write down here. Here second type. Suppose you have to given y equal to x plus b की power whole power m time of function. Here is also m is greater than n. So here again you have to find value of this function. If you are differentiate this first time, you have to find m ax plus b की power m, and again differentiate of this inside function. So you have to find a here. Again second time derivative, you have to find, here is m minus 1. Please correct here. And again m minus 1 a x plus b की power m minus 2. Here is already one a is here. Again one a is here. In the same process, if you are differentiate this function n time y की power n, so what you find, yeah, we have to find here simply m minus 1 and so on, m minus n plus 1, and here is the power of this function a की power ax plus b की power m minus n into a की power n. Please multiply में is a की power n. This is your formulation. I have already mentioned this can be written d की power n into y. Sometime you have to write down this y की power n derivative can be put it in the form of d की power n into y. So this is your formulation for such type of function. If you have to given such type function ax plus b की power m, this is the binomial expansion form. In another form, this one I'm taking here. Suppose you have to given such type of function 1 upon ax plus b type of function. So if you are derivative this function first time, so you have to simply find 1 upon ax plus b की whole square into minus 1 into a. Again you have to derivative this function two times, you have to find minus 1 की power 2 into a square into 2 divided by ax plus b की power 3. And again you have to differentiate one time again y triple dash. So here you have to find minus 1 की power 3 a की cube and 2 3 2 3 and derivative of this ax plus b की power 4. So here what we find, if suppose this is your simple y, so here is power of this is 1. But if again derivative one time, so here is power 2, here is 2, again here is power is 3. Here is derivative of order is third, but power of this expression is 4 here. So here what is the value if we differentiate this function n time? So if we differentiate this function n time, so simply we have to find y की power n equal to minus 1 की power n, because here is triple derivative, here is minus 1 की power 3. So it is triple derivative and a की power 3, and this is similar. So a की power n, and here is 3 2, or 3 2 means 6, or 3 factorial means 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. This is also 6. It means this can be written as a form of 3 factorial. So here is third derivative, here is 3 factorial. So here is n time derivative. So I'm simply write down n derivative divided by simply a x plus b की power. Here is n time derivative. So here if we differentiate 3 times, so power of ax plus b is 4, yani one more power. So here is n plus 1. This is your nth derivative of such type of function. If you have to given such type of function, you have to directly put this value. If suppose says that you have to find n time derivative of such type of function. Very important formula this one. And I'm again taking another example, another formulation here. Suppose you have to given y equal to a sine ax plus b type of function. Suppose this is your trigonometrical function, sine ax plus b. So if we find first derivative of this function, so simply value of this a cos ax plus b. Okay, but this can be put it in the form of this a, this can be put it as sine ax plus b plus pi by 2. It means sine theta plus pi by 2 equal to cos theta. That is the one of the important formula. How to relation of sine and cos. Sine theta plus pi by 2 equal to cos theta. So here is we have to use this formula again. This function put in the form of sine. So here is cos ax plus b, yani cos theta. This is your theta. Simply this is your theta. So this can be put in the form of again sine. So we have to simply add pi by 2 here. So again, this is your formula. This is your first derivative. Again, we have to derivative this. So again, what we find here, a in a is a square. Again, cos ax plus b plus pi by 2. Again, using this formula. Again, using this formula. So what again pi by 2 is adding here. So what we find the value of this, a square sine ax plus b plus pi by 2 adding any 2 pi by 2. Or again you have to find third derivative. So you know that what is the value of this, a cube sine ax plus b 3 pi by 2 plus and so on. So similarly, what is the value of yn? Simply yn means a की power n sine ax plus b plus n pi by 2. This is your direct value of the expression y equal to uh, sine x plus b. In the similar manner, if you have to given another trigonometrical function, uh, y equal to cos ax plus b. Suppose this one given. So if you derive this, this value is minus a sine ax plus b. Again using here, uh, cos theta plus pi by 2 equal to minus sine theta. So here we have to using this formula because here minus sine theta. So minus sine theta is cos theta plus pi by 2. So here is again we write down this a cos ax plus b plus pi by 2. Again derivative this function. In the similar process, we have to find a square cos ax plus b plus 2 pi by 2. Here don't cancel out 2 by 2 because we have to find one pattern for n time derivative. If we have to differentiate this 3 times, a cube cos ax plus b plus 3 pi by 2. And similarly, if we differentiate this function n time y ki power n, a ki power n cos ax plus b plus n pi by 2. So this can be written as a form of d ki power n y equal to a ki power n cos x plus n ax plus b. Please here is b. फिर again here is plus sign and again write down n pi by 2. So these are the standard formula which we have to use in our question. So today class is finished here. Tomorrow we will solve the example related to successive differentiation. Okay, if any doubt here you have to ask to me. Okay dear.